and welcome to this video. I'm really sorry that the past 3 weeks there was no video. I had an exam and it was like a pretty big exam, so I had to study quite a lot. And yeah, actually next week I'll be on vacation. I'll try to do like a video before that, like actually 3 videos before that, because I'll be gone for 2.5 weeks. So yeah, if I only manage to do 1 or 2, I hope you don't mind. Yeah, but in this video I want to talk to you about what I do with the things that I have unhauled, or like that I don't need in my life anymore, because as I am trying to get closer to minimalism, I obviously have quite a lot of things that I don't need anymore. And yeah, for example, in the past weekend I have gone through my bookshelf and I decided to unhaul 41 books. They're actually still stacked here in front of me. I am trying to sell all of them, and yeah, we'll see how many I actually managed to sell. But yeah, in this video I want to go through categories of things, because yeah, there are different things that I try selling differently. And yeah, I'm gonna start with furniture, because these are, well, the biggest things. Obviously, if I want to sell a shelf, I'm not doing it on a platform that requires shipping. For example, Vinted I would never use for selling a shelf, because it's shipping only. But there's a local platform that is both collecting by that person and also shipping. Obviously for furniture I would just use the collecting option, and that actually has worked quite well so far. I also have gotten a few things that way. For example, I'm not sure if it's this shelf or the other one that's exactly like this. So I got 2 of them. I would not recommend picking them up by train and bus, because the bus driver didn't let us take the shelves into the bus. A different bus driver did, but yeah, normally, like from everyone else I heard, as long as you don't do it during the time where everyone else uses the bus, they usually let you do that, but apparently this driver didn't. Well, we managed to do it in a different way. He just was kind of rude about it, but we managed to do it. So yeah, furniture, definitely no shipping for me. And next time I pick up furniture, I'll ask someone else if I can lend their car. Yeah, then next on my list is clothing. I, well, obviously have some clothes that either don't fit anymore because I've had them for way too long, or I bought some on a flea market and I really didn't want to try them on there, so I just guessed if they were my size. And well, after washing them I tried them on, and most, well, actually 2 out of 6 fit quite well. The others I'm trying to sell on Vinted, because I realized Vinted is quite good for clothing, while that platform that I use for furniture is really not, because nobody actually wants to buy anything there, and the shipping is insanely expensive, like it's 3 times more than on Vinted. So yeah, I do really like Vinted for that. And yeah, clothing, I am more a fan of shipping than people coming here to pick them up, because yeah, it's just easier. And I think usually you can guess really well if it's going to fit. It's different for the next category, which kind of is also clothing. It's sports gear. I had like some ski boots that I was trying to sell them both on Vinted and also the local platform, but um, yeah, it actually took quite long, and I was already thinking maybe these people, like, nobody wants them. But yeah, actually someone messaged me if they can come by with their son so he can try them on. And it actually was one of my neighbors, so that worked out really well. And I also had something different, yeah, a bike. I obviously am not going to sell the bike on Vinted, because where the fuck am I going to find a box that size? Yeah, so I sold it locally to someone that needed a bike, and it worked quite well. Also, they can test it and see for themselves what problems the bike had, so they knew what they were buying. And actually I think that worked out quite well. Yeah, then the next category that I sell a few things in is books, but also I would say DVDs, games, all of that in the same category. For that I actually prefer Vinted and also shipping. To be fair, I wouldn't mind if someone wanted to pick up the book if they live close by, but I think shipping is just a lot easier than, well, selling them locally. Yeah, and with books I think it's important to actually know what they were worth and to find like a reasonable price. That also brings me to the things to consider. So when I want to sell something, I always think of what would I pay for that, because just because I have a book that's basically looking brand new because I haven't read it, doesn't mean that anyone actually still wants that, because the book is like 5 years old. And I've realized when I went to flea markets, I saw people that had like insane prices on their things, and I was like, I actually can buy that new for cheaper. So that's also like something to consider. I'm just gonna show you some books that I have here. I think these two together, they have nice spread edges, and this one I have never read. I want to listen to the audiobook, and this one I think I also listened to the audiobook, so they haven't been opened at all. And I think I put them up for 15 euros, both together. That's quite a high price, to be fair, but I always put like 1 or 2 euros more than I actually want for it, because people like to haggle the price. So I put more in so they can, well, convince me to reduce it, and they think they made a deal and I actually got what I wanted. But obviously you can't put like 100 euros in and hope to, so that wouldn't work, because people aren't that stupid. So, and I think most people on Vinted actually know that people want you to ask for a cheaper price, and so far it actually worked really well. Yeah, I also put all of the books that I sorted out already online, and what I like to do on Vinted is when they like it or put it on their list to think about it later, I sometimes, well, I first wait 1 or 2 days and then I offer the books for like €1 cheaper. Same with the clothing, and that actually worked quite well. Yeah, then problems I had when people came here to collect something. So there are different kinds of people. The unproblematic are the ones that show up on time, have the money with them, and actually know how they are going to take it with them. Yeah, then there are the people that you wait for them and they just don't show up at all. there's the other kind of people that message like 10 minutes before they're supposed to be here, that they can't come today or right now, they will be here in an hour or tomorrow or next week. Had everything happen. And there's also the people that when they show up are like, I don't want to pay 10 euros for that, I only want to pay 5, or they are like, oh, I thought it was free. So all of them are, I have experienced all of it. There was one person who was like, oh, it's free, right? And I was like, well, actually no, but I just want to get rid of it at this point. So there's all of these kinds of people. So I actually do like the shipping option more, because I don't have to wait for people to come here. I only have to go and print out the shipping label, and that's the only things I need to do. Yeah, however, I have to have the packaging for all of them. I actually have collected all of the boxes that I got my special editions in, so they are all stacked up in my basement. The boxes go up to the ceiling, and I actually started the next stack, so I have enough of them. But yeah, when I sold inline skates, I had to find a box that I could fit them in, because I actually didn't realize they were that big. Yeah, and then also you need like packaging materials, like I collect newspapers that I get, and yeah, so these are things that you also should own in that case. Plus for me it's also, I have to go to the to a store to print the labels, because I don't own a printer. So that's one thing. But yeah, so far that worked quite well too. So yeah, as long as the printing isn't more expensive than the shipping, I'm fine. As the money I get. And yeah, what also happened once, that was also on the local platform, I had like quite a lot of nail stuff, it wasn't nail polish, but to make like nail designs. And I packed it up quite well, and I shipped it to the person. And then the person, so before that, the person was like, can I have it for half the price? I said no, I'll just wait for someone else to buy it at the price I wanted to have. And he bought it for that price, and then was like, no, there's something wrong with it, and made like pictures. And so from my picture you could actually see that it already was that way, and I explained it was a manufacturing error from the beginning on. So that happened. And yeah, so he then was like I wanted to ask him if there's a problem, what he wants to, or how he wants to resolve it, and he basically just yeah, clicked on he has a problem with the shipping thing, and that the support of that platform is supposed to deal with it. And yeah, so then for like 1.5 weeks nothing happened. Then I wrote the support, and basically was like, yeah, I asked him what he wants to do about it, and basically everything what happened, and that so far nothing, well, the support did nothing. And like, I think a few hours later I just got my money. So apparently his claims weren't that well based on anything. So yeah, that always happens. So if I ship something where there's a high chance that it might arrive damaged, like I once sold, I think it was like a mug or something. I actually went and grabbed from my sewing supplies, I had like some cushioning thing, and I wrapped it in that thick thing so it showed up unbroken, and that worked quite well. So Yeah. Just in case you don't know, apparently packages need to be packed in a way that they have can drop from like 1.5 meters height. I think it's about 5 foot for the Americans. So just keep that in mind. It's quite high. And also, these people that deal with the packages, they take them, throw them in the back of their car, and throw heavier stuff on top. So sometimes it's really not your fault. You can pack it as well as you can, and they still manage to break it. It does help if you take pictures of it, but most of the time I think it's not really that necessary. But maybe if you are selling like porcelain or vases, something like that, take a picture of how you packed it, just so you have proof that it wasn't your fault. Yeah, so that's all of the things that I have to consider when I sell my old stuff. And also, yeah, I think I forgot to mention, I also sell at flea markets like 3 times a year. And yeah, I don't think you make much money there. I think you make way more with selling online, but you also need some time. You have to put the items online, you have to check for messages, you have to take them to the post office, you have to arrange pickup times. So there's a lot of things about that, but I think it is worth doing that if you don't expect to get rich by doing that, because obviously you have already paid money for the items you want to sell. So yeah, these are my thoughts on selling things online, and or in general selling your old stuff. And I hope you maybe got some insights on what I think about that topic. And if you have anything to mention, or if you don't agree with me, then yeah, I'd like to discuss that with you in the comments. And I hope we'll see each other next week. Bye!